Welcome back to the T. We're going to show you our little automated battery reconditioner we cooked up around here. So let me bring you in here closer. Alright, so what we have is a 12-volt battery. Comes off our tractor, which was completely dead, and you can see there it's 2014. So this has taken a little bit of a process to get it back to where it is right now. You can see right now it's at 12.81. So this battery charger is set on boost, and this battery charger is set as high as it will go, 50 amp boost. This is an 80 amp boost, I believe. And then we've got both of them running to here, and my voltmeter also running to there. And then right here is where all the magic is. We've got just one of those Wi-Fi plugs right here that we can set a schedule to, and inside here we got a 120 volt contactor. Well, it's a 120 volt coil contactor, which this powers. Alright, so this will periodically come on. I just got it coming on for 10 minutes out of each hour, and this little setup right here has been going for about 2 weeks, only in the daylight hours, only while I'm here. And the only thing I had to do was add a little distilled water. Anyway, so let me show you what this looks like on my phone. So we've got a little app here. It's Smart Kit or something like that. We've got several of these little IoT powered plugs. They run off of Wi-Fi. So you can see right here I have shop socket. You can see that it has a schedule. So there's the schedule. So come on at 2:30, go off at 2:40. So I continue that up during daylight hours. And like I said, I've had this going for about 2 weeks. And it seems to be holding the charge. When I check it in the morning, it's over 12.5 volts. So when I first started it, of course, the voltage would drop as you watched it. Without the battery chargers on, the voltage would just slowly decay. But over time, that desulfation occurred. That's between the plates here in this battery. But you can see that it's holding pretty steady there at 12.78. And I'm sure I could do more than 10 minutes an hour. That's just what I chose to do. This battery never got hot. It really never spilled too much acid or... Alright, here's what it looks or sounds like whenever we start it. You can start it by hand also. So I'm going to press the on button. Now let's see what the voltage is getting to. Now when I first started, there was more resistance across these terminals here. So that same current going through these terminals produced more voltage. I want to say it's 17.5 volts, but I didn't record that. And you can see here, bubbling. So one of the things that I don't do is cause any sparks when this is going on. Because the hydrogen leaving this battery right now could catch a fire. So I've got some baking soda in hand, and I've got this rag that I use just to kind of wipe up a little bit. But that's all there is to it. Anybody could do this. This apparatus right here was actually made, I made it a year ago to run a window unit. So I could turn it on and off while I wasn't here, and it would be cool in my office by the time I got to my office. So that's what that was all about. So let's go see if it'll start the tractor. Messenger video. Here we go. I went back 2 weeks later and the tractor barely started. I couldn't have done it twice. So this is a fail. Okay, this battery right here came out of my Ford Jubilee. It's a 1953 tractor that I have a buzzsaw connected to. And this battery is 5 years old. I've not been able to recover it completely, but I think it's going to be, I think it'll work. And let me show you. The sulfation in the battery is making it discharge, but it only goes down to like 12.4. You know, I'd like to have it higher, but you know, there's still a lot of energy left in that battery. But the thing that's concerning, or one of the indicators that I got a battery that's probably not gonna, it's not just perfect, right, but it's good enough for a farm. This battery was definitely bubbling all the way across, so what I'm thinking is it's just wore out, right? It's just the plates in it are thinner than what they used to be, or they're in such a way on their surface that it won't conduct. So anyway, we'll go put it in and see what happens. Okay, the last battery we're going to test here, or I've been reconditioning, is this. It's a mini bike battery. So it was 0 volts for years. This mini bike sat in a motorcycle shop for years. So what I did to this one is I poured out the acid that was in it and added new acid. And then I started this charging process. And of course I didn't use the big battery chargers. I used this one here. I put it on 12 volts and 2 amps. This one has done real well. I haven't had it on a charge now in over a week. And we're going to check voltages on this. So I'm going to turn on the, what I'm going to do is turn on that battery charger at 12 volts and 2 amps. Now the reason I'm using that smaller amperage and smaller voltage really is because it's such a small battery. I imagine if I hit it with that 18, it might just explode. Who knows? So here we go. I go to battery charger, and there's the voltage coming up there. So it's a fully charged battery now. So you can see it's around 8.3, 8.4. Yeah, you can see it bubbling there. This battery is a complete success here. And when I just did the normal charge on it, it didn't hold a charge. It went right back to 0. It went down to 2.4 volts or something like that. So I got 2 out of 3. And realized too that these batteries normally you consider them a loss, right? But this is something you can try to do to reclaim them. And maybe you'll get lucky, maybe you won't. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and you can leave me a comment if you have any questions. Sometimes I don't do very good at explaining, but basically the whole process is periodic charging at a higher voltage than what they recommend, and being really careful that you don't blow the acid out of the battery or catch it on fire or anything. So talk to y'all later.